I made a video recently speaking about the bicycle industry as a whole, talking about how some companies are going bankrupt, a lot of people have a ton of inventory, and it's kind of leaning in towards the direction of a financial troubles for these companies. The video did very well. It got over 91,000 views, and a lot of you guys were in the comment sections really kind of pointing to one thing on why this was going on. Basically, you guys are saying the bike prices are too high. This is corporate greed. People are taking the piss off everyone. These prices are just skyrocketing. Yes, the bike prices are very high. Everything in the bicycle industry is very high, but everything in the whole world right now is very expensive. I don't have to tell you. You guys are living it. Right now, my mortgage is very expensive. The gas, my truck is very expensive. The cost of living went up. Groceries for my kids. I never knew how much fruits were until just now, buying these kids groceries all the time. So you guys are probably right there with me when I say that we're all feeling that kind of pinch and that squeeze with inflation, the current world economy, and everything like that. So when everyone kind of points to saying, where are these bike prices going? Where are they so high? There's actually another YouTuber on this platform by the name of Mr. Chris Dunn, did a fabulous video on what the hell has happened to bike pricing. Got over 200,000 views, where basically he talked about he's looking for a new bike. He had to get insurance for a bicycle for traveling over on a trip to taking his bike. So he wanted to see where his bike price is at. And then basically went through the whole spiel of showing what these top tier bike prices are in his kind of country. He was wondering whether or not these are the same prices that are in his country compared to everywhere else. And basically to go on saying bike prices have gone through the roof, which they are very expensive. I cannot stress that enough. High-end bike prices, top tier pro level bikes are very expensive. And people just think that these prices just came out of nowhere. Now, granted, right before COVID hit, I'm going to use Specialized as a reference because I know that. Right before COVID hit, the Specialized Tarmac SL7 was $12,000. After COVID hit, it was $14,000. And that kind of seemed to be the trend for every single bicycle manufacturer out there. Trek, Pinarello, Conago, BMC, Orbea, whatever it was, they kind of got this price hike all the way up there. And it wasn't just $2,000. That was obviously top tier schemes, but they always put this inflation markup on there. And just cost of living went up everywhere. So they were saying that was the excuse for it. But very good video. If you guys can, go check this video out. Subscribe to him as well. Get him up to 1,000 subscribers. I thought it was a really cool video, and he touched on a lot of good points. But I'm here to kind of talk to you guys about bike prices and everything like that. Now, if you guys do not know, I've been in the bicycle industry for a very long time. Our store that we have there is 40 years old. My father opened it a very long time ago. I have worked in that current store for about 15 years now. No, I'm sorry, not 15 years. 12 years. About 12 years of my life is in there. And I've seen a ton of trends go by, bike prices go by, things I love, things I hated in the bicycle industry, and I've seen a lot of it. But I want to let you guys know that bike prices have always been this high. Everything's always been this high. Not just bike prices, component prices, wheels prices, and this just didn't come out of nowhere. And to be honest with you, I hate to kind of get behind the bicycle industry and say that they're doing a good job, but from what the prices were to what they are now over about 10 to 12 years of inflation, you guys are going to see that these prices have not changed that much, and you guys will probably be flabbergasted by a lot of these. But let's take a look right now. So I'm going to take you guys way back to the time of around 2012 or 2013. This is the Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL4 Di2. The SL4 was one of their top tier flagship climbing bikes. It was their only climbing bike at the time, and this is when the Venge was out, so they had two separate bikes, Tarmac for climbing, Venge for aerodynamics. This bicycle was $10,500 in the year of 2013. I want you guys to understand that. $10,500 in the year of 2013. So the people who are buying this S-Works SL4 jump to today's age, 10 years later. This price point is still aimed at that customer who's buying that bike today or 10 years ago. Because the person who can afford $10,500, which is not me, is the same person who can probably afford a $14,000 version of that bicycle today. This bicycle came with external cables. Let's take a close look at this thing. External cables, which was crazily routed that everyone loved with the rim brakes. I don't know how there's so many still rim brake fanatics out here and exposed cables. By all means, these bicycles were great. The SL3, the SL4s, the SL2s were great bicycles and definitely stepping stones to get to where we are now. But all this wire net, this rat's nest, what's going on here, exposed cables again, and you guys were perfectly okay with paying for it. BB30 bottom brackets, exposed Di2 battery here for $10,500. This one right here has not even a full carbon fiber wheel. It's an alloy rim with a carbon dish rim on there, or a carbon fiber section on there with the alloy arm. But again, that's not the point here. $10,500 for this bicycle. So in terms of 10 years of inflation to go up $2,500, it's not that crazy. It's still very expensive, but it's not that crazy in today's day and age. If you look at anything else with it, let's look at groceries, let's look at vehicles, let's look at anything in today's day and age, TVs, whatever they are. Everything's kind of going up in that price point of getting more and more expensive. Another example, because you guys always say you specialize, the BMC Team Machine SLR01 Dura-Ace Di2 review. Again, this bicycle looks very simple from what today's day and age we're getting. This is a bicycle that was $10,500 in 2016. $10,500 in 2016. This is exposed cables, old Dura-Ace Di2, not even carbon fiber wheels on here. These are carbon fiber spokes, I believe, with Mavic wheels. But again, everything on there for $10,500. And all the technology we're getting today. Bike prices are expensive. Yes, I know, but we always compare it. I don't know where this entitlement came for. Everyone deserves top tier stuff. Everyone should be able to afford top tier stuff. The bicycles that they produce now at $2,000, they don't come with the old school 105 that we used to all know and love. Ultegra is way more expensive, yes. But the Tiagra that comes on the bicycles that are $2,000 and even the Claris and the Sora and the Tiagra and the 105 now is almost light years better than what it used to be 10 years ago. Another example here, we have the Pinarello Dogma. 65.1 Think 2. This bicycle is $12,500 in the year 2012. So people always go, I just made a video on the Pinarello Dogma X, the endurance bike. Look at how this bicycle looks. I mean, crazy. And people are dishing out $12,500 for this bicycle night and day. Now the bikes now are $16,000, $15,000, yes. But Pinarello was always known to be this expensive top tier brand. You don't go into, I've always used this reference, you don't go into a Ferrari dealership and start complaining that you can't buy a Ferrari. Those are just the prices of what the top tier stuff is. There are plenty more affordable options that are still great deals in there that you can still afford, but these are just what the top tier bikes are. These are what the pros are riding. Now we get into group sets, which I'm very excited to talk about because I get to see this visually in my industry, selling group sets to consumers who come into my store and they say, Dura-Ace is too expensive. Dura-Ace is way too high. What the hell happened to it? Give me back the rim brake stuff. I got mechanical group set prices here, and I got electronic group set prices here. All from 2012, okay? We have here the Dura-Ace 9000 group set from 2013 mechanical was $2,700. You can get a full Ultegra Di2 group set, 12 speed, for $2,600 right now. $100 less than this. And people always go, give me my old Dura-Ace mechanical. The only reason why people are really going after the Dura-Ace rim brakes nowadays, the old school Dura-Ace, and saying, oh, this stuff is great, why they have to change anything, is because it's crazy deflated and people can buy this stuff at close to next to nothing. But in terms of today's day and age, when this launched and Ultegra 12-speed Di2, I would take Ultegra 12-speed Di2 all day over this. I mean, at this time, this is what this product was going for. But these prices weren't crazy. People were paying these prices. And this is what got Shimano to go ahead and take a stepping stone to these prices of the Ultegra. So definitely, we have seen advances in Shimano trickling down technology. You always hear these influencers or bike shops saying, well, now that Shimano has released their new Di2, they're trickling down technology into their older stuff to benefit the consumer. It is true. I mean, the 105 Di2 stuff today, that's literally $2,000, feels like a Dura-Ace and feels like Ultegra shifting for electronic. Go to Zip 404s. I never seen a crazy thing right here. This is the Zip 404 Firecrest Carbon Clincher review, 2010. This was my favorite wheel. I had this wheel set. I actually peeled off the decals. I had this exact same configuration. Silver spokes, silver hub, exact same configuration here. $2,700. I think Zip right now is actually cheaper by $200 for this. But at this point, Zip really had a stronghold on the industry. These were the no wheels. People wanted these wheels set so bad. But now with the hookless issues with Zip, and they're only being hookless, we've definitely seen a fall off on them. But yeah, I mean, these wheels in 2010 jumped to 13 years later are the exact same price as what they were. So kudos to Zip, I guess, but I'd take the downfall of the hookless on there. But if you wanted to take a flip on the or look on the other side, these are $2,700. Today's day and age of a Roval Rapide CLX wheel by Specialized. Just to give you guys a reference, these wheels are $2,800, only $100 more 13 years later, with ceramic bearings, bladed spokes, compatible with disc brakes, lighter weight, wider internal width to make it more comfortable for consumers. I mean, hands down, you can see that the technology is going there. But again, by all means, are these prices not crazy? They're crazy for what they are if you look into them for bicycle prices, but in terms of what they used to be and people saying they're crazy, it's not the case. NV wheels, same thing. And then my last but not least, one of my favorite things to show off here. First ride, Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 9070. This is the Dura-Ace Di2 11-speed group set here, okay? Very old school looking. Internal battery, but you had all the junction box hanging outside. We have come light years from when this product released, again around 2012. This group set, if you guys had to take a guess, was how much? Today's day and age, Dura-Ace 12-speed group set is about $4,400. Guess how much this is in 2012? You guessed right, $4,100 in 2012. And that brings me to my point that I'm trying to make in this video. It's not that the bike prices and the corporate greed is causing the downfall of the bicycle industry. It's just that the cost of life right now in general, the inflation, the free money we used to have on spending on these bicycles is starting to go up and it's starting to go away. I have a lot less free money to buy stuff. All my money is going to bills and kids and wife. But these prices were always kind of here. There was never a time where these prices were super cheap. There was maybe more options with mechanical options who wanted a premium feel. But again, it's never been the downfall of the industry. When I made that video talking about the downfall of the bicycle industry or the companies going bankrupt and stuff like that, it was definitely more of, I want to say, overbuy, overstock, not seeing when the faucet was turning off. Yes, prices are affecting everyone. Yes, inflation is affecting everyone. But during that COVID time when no one could see an end in sight and companies were buying and projecting, and they were literally projecting their next year numbers off last year's numbers during COVID, which were super inflated, that was the real downfall. That is the downfall of it. Everyone just has way too much inventory because they're ordering off of those 2020, 2021, 2022 numbers and saying, this is never going to end. And they're trying to fulfill things. Stores were giving crazy amounts of orders to these big name manufacturers. They were taking them to the banks to get loans for it because they say, look, I have orders in my hands from companies that are going to fulfill these. They would take them to the factory. By the time it took so long, the factories would shut down. They finally get the products in. The companies would say, hey, we have your products to fulfill. And then all of a sudden the stores would be like, we don't need that product. We don't have enough money for that. There's no more demand. Now these manufacturers have to sit on that. So it really does come to a downfall of not really corporate greed, but I definitely think that it comes to a downfall of, well, I mean, you could say corporate greed because they're over ordering, but just a lot of overstock and inflation right now, the economy. And to give you guys some reference of where today's bikes are as well, I'll start off with Madone because of that. You have a Trek Madone for $8,300. What would you rather have? This Trek Madone for $8,400 with a wireless 12-speed group set, carbon fiber bar, top tier carbon fiber rims on there, or would you rather have this bicycle right here? A 2012 Specialized Venge Pro with mechanical Ultegra on there, alloy rims, carbon fiber dish for $6,600. $1,000 more, pretty much, and you can get yourself a crazy aero, wireless shifting, hydraulic disc brake stopping, deep dish carbon fiber wheels, or this. So I think the bicycle industry is doing a pretty good job in terms of price points and where they're at. Obviously, they're unfair. People want better prices, but we can always complain about stuff. But this is just what the market's calling for. The Princeton Wake 6560s, these wheels for $3,000 are night and day difference from those Zip 404 wheels back in the day. Night and day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think that I'm just backing the bicycle industry and shilling out and selling out? Or do you think I actually have a point here? Because honestly, it seems that way. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and I'll talk to you guys. Enjoy the weekend, and have a good day.